Welcome, old soul. What do you do when everything seems to be falling apart? When all of your plans seem to not work out, the relationship that you had either is falling apart or is in tatters, friends become enemies, coworkers and bosses seem to not value you anymore. When the future that you had imagined just seems like it's going to go up in smoke. How do we deal with these things? Um, the only way really is to have a long term view of life, to really truly understand what gratitude is. I'm having one of those weeks. I don't know about you, but I made all these money plans and everybody's calling in. What do they call it? Chit. What do they call it in gambling? Everyone's calling in all the favors, all the money they owed, all the bills are coming out at once, all the collectors, and all of the plans that I had for money to kind of recoup the losses have not panned out. The work has become very chaotic, problem after problem, with very little support from the top and a lot of anarchy at the bottom. And in times past, I would have just been woe is me. I would have felt sorry for myself. May have even spazzed out, started screaming, yelling, um, hiding myself away, um, being by myself, separating myself, kind of blaming everyone else for the things that have happened. Is that something that you want to do, have done, how you respond to these kind of difficult times? And I find myself this week having these quiet moments where I said, okay, today was really bad. Like, I can't make it make sense. But at the same time, in the same breath, I'm physically okay. Um, although the relations are not exactly where I would like it to be, I have it. I'm not lonely. I have people around me that I can reach out to, um, who care about what happens to me. And I just started to see a pattern that some of the circumstances, some of the things that um, we would normally say are end of the world, when we look back at it with hindsight, 5 years from now, 3 weeks from now, we're like, okay, we kind of made it through. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And what we need is perspective. We need to have a 120-year lifespan view of these things. And what I found was there was a sense of pride and arrogance and this belief that everything in my life is supposed to work out. That there is no situation by which I should ever face adversity. I should ever have issues. I should ever face difficulties, and everything is supposed to work out the way that I've specified it to be. And the truth of the matter is, that's not how life works, and it would be a very boring. This is making me cough. I think it would be a very boring, um, predictable slog of a life. For every day that is seemingly um, bad, we have an equal amount of good days. And it is incumbent on us to remember the good days, to um, count those days. It's like some of us do good deeds, kind of piling them up for so that we can hopefully people around us can say, hey, Glenn is really, Bill, Jimmy, Jenny is really they're a class act. That's what retirement parties are, right? Retirement parties are for you to kind of give someone an attaboy for the decades that they've put into a job, way that they've sacrificed their consistency and things like that. And at the end of that, you're supposed to say, yeah, I've lived a good life. And I think of gratitude as piling up all the days that have been wonderful, smooth, things were working out. You have this serendipity. You have just feels like God, the universe is loving on you. And then when you have days like these that are difficult, hard, where you're hard pressed to see anything good in it, you got to remember those days. You got to remember that it's a balancing act. And I know people say it all the time, but you have, and I'm sorry for anyone watching who doesn't have that, but if you have all four limbs, you have all your fingers, all your toes, if you are upright, if you are physically and mentally able to move with some degree of self control, if you have any loved ones at all, if you've known anyone, if you've been loved, if you've loved anyone, you have the world. You have everything in this world. There is nothing that's been held from you. And even if you rack your brain and can't find any situations like that, the future holds a promise that it may happen. So what do you do when you feel like the world has beaten you down? You raise your head up and say, it's going to be better tomorrow. Because I've had good days before. And the law of averages is that tomorrow could be the greatest day I've ever had. And the fact that I have a day tomorrow is a gift from the universe, is a gift from God. And I don't know how you're going to take this message, but I felt like it was necessary to give it. Because in the past, I would be distraught, wouldn't be able to do a video, I wouldn't even have the presence of mind to think of others, and I would just wallow in the defeat of this week. But I am calm, I am thankful, I am grateful, and I am hopeful that whoever is going through a difficult time, that you are able to go deep within yourself and keep a gratitude, keep a heart of forgiveness, and to not give up that childlike hope and desire that things will work out and be better. If you are not able to do this, you have to just hold on for another day. Do what you can to hold the people that you love close. Do not burn everything to the ground. Do not speak your mind because you're not in your right mind. And be hopeful for tomorrow, because tomorrow the sun will rise again. Peace be with you.